Hi there. I guess it's time for an update on Arnold the Jeep. This is a 1955 CJ5, and as you can see, since the last time, Arnold ain't got no nose no more. That it took a little bit of doing because a couple of those captive nuts were really crummy. Oh, and here comes the car. Yay. But I have managed to get all the stuff off of the firewall that needs taking off, and I got the gas pedal off. No, excuse me. What I mean is I got the clutch pedal off because I needed to have that pedal out of the way in order to remove the upper portion of the floor plate. I have made a couple of discoveries. First of all, this shock mount, it is verschitzen, and so is the one on the spring plate. And I've also got a little bit of a crack here, but it's nothing insurmountable. I'll just fish plate that a little bit. And since I'm going to be replacing that bumper because it's all bent, I think I know where I'm going to get the frame patches from. Hey, you know, reduce, reuse, and recycle, right? Maybe one of you out there could tell me, what are all these holes for in the firewall? I couldn't figure out what they go to. Maybe it's equipment that I don't even have. I think the transmission is a goner. Either it or the transfer case are frozen. I don't know which, but at least the throwout bearing works. And no, I am not planning to reuse that if in fact I can salvage the transmission. The firewall is actually in pretty good shape, all things considered. And most of the frame is. There is a spot on the rear, on the driver's side. I'm not going to crawl around down there to show it to you at the moment. Trust me. It's about 3 inches long. It's going to need to be plated as well. Again, not a big deal when you consider this thing is like, 69 years old. And there's the Gungy rocker panels. Luckily, replacement rocker panels are available from Quadratec for about $30 a piece. That's a hell of a deal. I'm probably going to have to fabricate something for the back here for the tail light panels. I'm working on removing the bumper. Oh my God, those bolts have been there so long, they show no interest whatsoever in moving. I've started taking measurements for rebuilding the wheel wells. And again, I'm going to have to make my own panels here and pound the living daylights out of that one, I think. And yeah, I know there's a lot of rust on this puppy, but you know what? You look at it, most of these surfaces are pretty flat. It shouldn't be too difficult. Although I did notice that the front floor pans, when I was underneath it, they are on top of the originals. And oh my God, I mean, what's that going to do except hold water and salt and mud and all sorts of nasties. The dash is about ready to come off. I think because these hinge bolts are immovable, I'm going to have to repair the windshield in situ. But, you know, that's not the worst thing ever. I was going to see a fella a couple of days ago about buying a replacement T90 transmission and Dana 18 transfer case for $100 a piece, described as working condition, which is more than these are, sadly. $100 a piece. I couldn't believe it. Unfortunately, I wasn't the only one. Somebody beat me to them. Darn it. But I'm exploring possibilities. I might see about getting a, correct me if I'm wrong, T15 from a later model CJ5. But what we're looking at here now are the two heaters that were in this. I finally got this thing off. Oh my God, what a drama, what a drama. This appears to be aftermarket, something called Arvin. It looks like Indiana, made in USA. This was up under the driver's side, and this, you may recall from the prior video, was under the passenger side. And when I bought the vehicle, the seller told me that this was a gasoline-powered heater, you know, much like the old VWs. Well, not unless they've switched recently to liquid fire. I got to straighten that out somehow. I'll worry about it later. This is definitely worth rebuilding. That might be a nice winter project. Now, you may wonder, where are all the other bits and pieces that have gone AWOL on Arnold? Well, here's the rear drive shaft. And again, my God, what a job getting that thing off of the parking brake. There's the clutch pedal. I love the simplicity of this vehicle. Seriously. That's one of the reasons I got something this old. I can understand it. And this is the upper portion of the transmission tunnel. For example, I believe this is where the where the steering column goes. And this was where the clutch pedal was hanging through. That's why I had to remove it, so I can take this off. Now that looks kind of ugly. That's why. I pounded it out as best I could, but those patches, they kind of resist hammer work. But you know what? Once that's in place, maybe with a little bit of filler there, it would be good enough. There's the original tailgate. It's in pretty tough shape at the moment, but it's a single panel, so I'm confident I can pound most of it out. What concerns me is this tube that I don't know what it's actually called, but I'm going to say the hinge rod ran through. I might be able to weld on a smaller diameter pipe. That would be the easiest thing. I'm going to get some all thread and pull the two tabs in towards each other, because right now they're kind of splayed outward. And then possibly just do a little brazing where the panels meet after I pound them back into shape, just to hold it down a little bit. Of course, there's the grill. It's in remarkably good shape for its age. The front fenders, oh dear. They are beyond bad. What I'm probably going to do is, I know, I'm going to fiberglass them as a short-term solution. And there's the hood. It took a while, but I got all the clips and the tie downs and the latch anchors off. Took some doing with a couple of them, because I don't really want to do anything irreparable to this. This is not by any stretch of the imagination going to be a concours restoration. This vehicle and I are not going to Pebble Beach. And that's the only real problem with the hood. And I'm thinking that's a prime candidate for brazing. And there we go. The update for Arnold the Jeep. I know there's a lot of work ahead of me on this, and that's part of the reason I bought it, to give me something to do in my retirement, because my biggest adversary in retirement is boredom. This will alleviate boredom for quite some time. And honestly, the couple of weeks that I've had this so far, I have been having all kinds of fun just in the disassembly. I'll worry about the drivetrain later. In the meantime, have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching. Bye.